Hi, I'm back. It's been a little while, and I don't take a lot of videos, obviously, but I thought I should take a video of this. It is a Compaq Presario 5630. So there's three questions at this point. So why is it important enough for me to make a video of it? So there's three thoughts on that. So one of them is like, why is it important to me? And then, is it important now? And was it important when it was released? So, first question, why is it important to me? Well, it's the second new machine that my family ever had. Not this model, not this particular instance of it, but yeah, we had a 5630 back in 1998. So the first computer that we ever had, which we never used, was a TRS-80 Model 1. Nobody knew how to use it. That was back in 93, 94 or something. That was a hand-me-down from one of my mom's relatives. And yeah, like I said, nobody knew how to use it. And then that was thrown out at some point. Yeah, I wish I could go back and save that, but nope. So the first one that they actually bought was this one back in 1995, the Packard Bell. I've had videos on that before, but in 1998, got this one. 3 years after that Packard Bell. A lot did change between those in those 3 years. So yeah, it's important to me because there's a sentimental value to that. Second, is it important now? I mean, it is another Pentium II machine, but the thing is, like, there's not a lot of them online to actually buy. I had this in my eBay save search for like 2 years, 3 years. This came up, like, it was just posted. It came up. I bought it right away. So I didn't really even look at the listing really well. But it's okay. It worked out fine. But it's like, nope. I just buy now. I'm done. Whatever you want for it, I'm buying. So is it important now? Like I said, there's not a lot to it. Cat, what are you doing with that machine? So is it important back then? I don't know how many were sold. I don't know if a lot were sold. I guess they weren't sold because there's not around anymore. Or did they break or whatever? I don't know. But there are a few things about this machine that actually do kind of stand out more than some other machines at that time. So going over the specs, it's a 400 megahertz Pentium II. It's underneath that shroud. So at the time, I think it was the second fastest CPU on the market at that time, consumer CPU at the time, at least for x86, which I think maybe there was a 450 at that point. I know a 450 might have been later, but like I said, it's a 400 megahertz Pentium 2 on the 440BX platform with a 100 megahertz front side bus. You know, that is a fast machine. Second thing, it had 128 megs of RAM. Now, putting that into perspective, the funny thing is, I remember machines like back in 2000, 2001 were still being sold with like 64. So to have a machine in 1998 with 128 megs of RAM, I mean, that was, pretty substantial. This model in particular, this particular specimen, has the original 264 meg sticks with an additional 128 meg stick thrown in. So this one has 256 megs of RAM. So let's keep on with like the let's say video. Let's say the video card. Now that is not anything too spectacular, and actually I still have the video card from my original Compaq, actually, and it's in this machine right now. But it's not a big wasn't a big selling point at the time. Maybe. So it's an ATI Rage LT Pro, 4 megs of RAM. That's nothing spectacular. Actually, it was released back in like 1997, and it was a mobile GPU, really. So what is it doing in a machine like this? Well, right there. So with the mobile GPU, so the connection from the motherboard to the display, I mean, you're going to have a digital display. Well, they took this and they made it external. It's not a proprietary thing. I think maybe some Sun systems, don't quote me on that, might have used the same thing. So this was in an age before HDMI, obviously, and even before DVI. How do you have a digital out to a flat panel monitor? Well, something like that. And this computer actually was sold, as an option with a flat panel display. We didn't have that. We had a 15-inch CRT. So we never, and I have still never used that port. But yeah, I mean, that's probably a better image quality than converting it from, you need to have the internal DAC, and then it runs through VGA, and then it needs to be converted back to digital on the monitor. So, and plus, hey, look at there's actually an S video out. So I mean, in terms of power, it's not the fastest card, but it has some features that aren't necessarily on other video cards. And plus, you can upgrade the memory, with the, I don't know if that's proprietary or not, but there's a place to add another stick of RAM, whatever, in some variation. Yes, it still has the 56K modem. Obviously, that is that is definitely the, de rigueur at the time. This machine was upgraded with you're not going to see that, obviously, it's not that great. It is an ATI 100 or 133 add-in card that they put in to go to a second as a CD burner and another hard drive in there. So let's stick with the stuff on the motherboard then. The other thing, audio. Audio is kind of interesting on this. It has an onboard Arial 3D, A3D. If I can, I don't know where it is on this board. It's probably behind a lot of cables and stuff. But yeah, it's not the run-of-the-mill. I mean, I think this was even before like AC. No, it wouldn't be AC 97. Has it in the year, but it's like not just a generic sound to it. And, it's an Arial 3D card, which has spatial effects and some processing done on that sound chip that allows it to have 3D. So, you can hear it from behind with only 2 speakers. So that was a selling point. Oh, and okay, right there. There's another interesting thing about this. It has onboard, that is an Ethernet port. So it has onboard 10 megabit Ethernet in a strange place. But I kind of remember, I swear that when there was a sticker on there, I remember there's a hype sticker about what was included on the machine. And one of the things it says I swear it said it's cable modem ready. Now think back in 1998, cable modem in 1998. And it's we can support a cable, that's kind of mind blowing, isn't it? The other thing that's kind of interesting about this, it has USB in the front behind this panel here, 2 USB in the front, and I don't know if they had real USB headers at the time. I think they did, but the funny thing about this too
is that behind there, obviously, I'm sorry, you're not going to see that. It's behind the shroud and everything. There's actually two USB ports on the motherboard itself that are sticking up. The most weird part about that, and I don't know, like, what would be better? I don't know. There is a spot over here, and you can feel it, that they can actually have put the ports horizontally and have it stick out in the back. So, yeah, instead of having any port out in the back, they routed it to the front. Probably would have done one of each, maybe one in the back, one in the front. That probably would have been a better deal. But one of the things that they did do, one in the front, one in the back, $13.94. Yeah, IEEE 1394. They didn't have a special name for it like Sony did with the iLink or anything, or Apple, which we now all call it just Firewire because of Apple. But yeah, there is a 1394 quote-unquote Firewire port in the back. And like you saw before, in the front. So, like, this is, 1998. I don't know if it preceded any Macs that had that kind of port, but apparently, and we'll get into this later on, we'll see, that the original, from the manufacturer, the original install of the OS and everything else, that there is a DV camcorder program. I don't remember that at all. I'm sure I never used that at all, obviously, but let's see if it's still on there. Let's see if it's on there. We'll get to that. What else is interesting about this board? Yeah, it's its own power supply deal. It has, looks like AT connectors there, and it has additional wiring over there. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't use ATX. ATX was a thing in 1998. I don't know if this is like true ACPI either. I mean, I remember and it did do this. It doesn't do it with this. I guess it's not true ACPI because what's on here right now doesn't turn off the machine, but with the original 1998, original Windows 98 install of it, it would turn the machine off. And so, yes, that is a soft power. So let's get into some of the drives, I guess. Yes, it still has the original Quantum Bigfoot, and yes, it actually still works. So, the interesting about this machine with the previous owners, this is actually running Windows XP. And like I said, there is another hard drive right there. It's a 20 gig hard drive, and I'm sure it's faster. They decided to put Windows XP, upgraded it right on the original hard drive. And I'm sure it was just an upgrade too. I don't think it was wiped. I think the stuff on here originally came in 1998, and this just been upgraded in place for its lifetime. Now, obviously, the Quantum Bigfoot's not a performer. And I think, how Quantum actually named their drives can tell you exactly how it's supposed to, where in the range of performance versus size. So, the Quantum Firewall, obviously, that's going to be a fast drive. Bigfoot, what do you think of Bigfoot? It's big, so it has this 12 gigs in 1998. That's not too shabby. It's also big in size. But like a Bigfoot, it's also kind of lumbering if they were real. Anyway, so it has one platter. It's a huge platter, which actually does not do it justice or does it well for seeking, because only one platter, that drive head has to go everywhere. Just just one front and back. So yeah, but it still works. It actually still works. Like I said, it came upgraded with another 20 gig hard drive in there, a Mac store. It has its original
Oh yeah, and the faceplate still on. That's perfectly fine. The only thing that happened with this thing with shipping is that this cover was busted out inside, but taking the front panel off and then popping that into place was not a huge deal. This thing is heavy. This survived shipping with just that broken is a testament to the seller's packaging. I had 2 garbage bags full of bubble wrap after I like unpacked this thing. So, and the box had a hole in it to like it actually suffered some damage on its voyage here. And if that's the only thing that was broken, not even broken, but like just yeah, that's fine. So good deal all around. The original, oh yeah, it has a DVD-ROM drive back in 1998. And I'm sure that was, kind of nice with the S video. Never really used it. I think a year later, I replaced this completely with a burner. As you can see here, they added the burner here. So this definitely is not original. This is original. I'm guessing it still works. So I think that's it. I mean, okay, yes, it has a floppy drive too. Huh. So the only thing that was really wrong with this, not wrong, I mean, you can't, it's dark. The battery was dead. And I don't know why I don't know why any manufacturers would do this, like solder it in. Let's see, do I have the battery here? Yeah, here it is. Yeah, you've seen these before, but they solder in. So yeah, I got ordered a couple of them because that's how they are sold. A CR2032 battery holder, which is just taped to the motherboard at this point. So I was able to get the positive side in. Ground, yeah, ground was an issue. My soldering skills suck. So I basically said, screw it. And yeah, literally. So the ground is actually just screwed into with that screw. It works. It holds its time. It's fine. So let's see. At this point, I think we're just going to turn it on. So and that is on 1. I remember that sound distinctly, even though, like I said, even though that was just in the computer for about a year, it was used on other machines, and like I remember that thing starting up. It's like yeah, it's doing a beat. So let's see, what is that? It doesn't even say. It's a 2001, so it says Ultra IDE controller. I'm not exactly sure what speed that is. It's coming out. It is coming out. I'm not keeping this installation. But yeah, it's being run off of. You can hear that. Oh man, the Bigfoot has a distinctive sound. Can I get the LED? Flashing LED? Can I get that? Whatever. That is definitely the startup drive. Still starting up. Yeah, so it's not the fastest on XP. At the end. So I had this machine. Well, our family has the machine like 1998. In like 2000, I made my own machine then. I built one, and then but this was still used as a family machine. Mine obviously, up until like 2003, 2004 maybe, and yeah, and at the end of its days, yeah, it was running Windows XP, just like this is. So there's not much. I don't want to really go through this. But this is somebody else's install. They still actually had their stuff on there. It was in the recycling bin. They thought they deleted it, but it's still there. Oh, I forgot about this part. So what they replaced there, which I didn't replace because, like I said, I just changed out the DVD-ROM drive with the burner. I had a zip drive. And yes, this is the zip drive that was in my original machine from 1998. So this is going to be going back in. Now, I mean, it's a distinctive color, right? I actually saved that as well. It took me an hour to actually find where this adapter, 5 1/4 to 3 1/2 external adapter was, because it's like, you need the color, you need the same color. And I forgot that I put a floppy drive in there, and so I was just looking for the bare adapter. It's like I finally found it after an hour. So that's going to go in there. You notice that this is missing a plate. I found this was from the original machine as well. Now I have a conundrum. You know, well, if you've seen any of my other computer videos, you've seen that has external drive, external drive, external drive. All of these machines, like the boot drive, is externally accessible. Conundrum. Do I keep this original? Like, I can revert this back completely with the parts that I had from my original machine. Get this back to its original complete form. Do I do that, or do I put an external one in here? And what I would love to do, keep the Bigfoot in there with the 98 install. I can keep that ATA adapter in there. I would like to, and then have that ATA adapter externally accessible. And then in the BIOS, have the boot order, or change the boot order when I want to. It's like internal boot or quote unquote SCSI boot. That's how they always labeled the external, like an add-in card. They always label it as really SCSI because they were expecting it to be SCSI. They weren't expecting another ATA controller card to be put in there. Problem is, this BIOS does not do that. There is no option to change boot order, which is just mind-boggling, actually. This also, though, does have the original BIOS on it, and on theretroweb site, there is an updated BIOS to it, so I might want to just play around and upgrade it, update the BIOS, and see if they added any other components to it. That being said, do I continue this portion, like just as a complete flowing train of thought? Speaking of retroweb, well, this is not telling you anything. They have the system restore to download. This is the first time I'm popping it in. Before I do that, I am going to cut away because I want to get this to a state that it was originally. Put the zip drive in. I'm going to do that off camera. Take the add-in card out, and get this like how it was from out of the box. But first, I just kind of want to see. Yep, there we go. There's the installer, the out-of-box thing. Oh, auto run. Hey, yeah, XP does not like the Windows 98. So cool. So yeah, at this point, like I said, I'm going to do it off camera, and what you'll see is it buttoned up, looking exactly like it did back in 1998. So there we go, in its original form. Turns out, yes, it did have the cover. I guess that was another thing that happened in shipping. It was pushed in and then slid down, so I was able to retrieve that. So mine is still not being used, but whatever. But this, yep, all the colors line up, and I'm probably going to regret just throwing that in there without actually testing it before time and screwing it all in. Probably going to regret that. But right now, it's time to turn this thing on and see, and the recovery media is still in there. Let's see what happens. Ah, and it didn't turn on by itself. Oh, because I didn't plug anything in. Dummy. Ah, hold up. All right, take two. Oh, and I'll show you this, the very sparse BIOS first. Cool. Disk 3 is other, so let's, hopefully that's the zip drive. See, there's just multimedia, amplified speaker. There is absolutely nothing about bootware, which there's absolutely nothing. So, it knows to change in drives, which is good, like I said, but it should boot from that CD now. It's sounding okay. Oh. Cool. All right. Well, we have a quick restore option. Why is that slave? I put both of them on cable select. The furthest one away should be master, right? Sole purpose of enabling Pro to restore original prerequisitions to Compaq personal order is subject to full terms and conditions of manufacturers. Original license agreement to specify this for the prohibited manufacturer. Yes, I agree. Is located either on the side of your computer or on the back panel of your computer. Serial number time. Let me get that information. So that should be it. Cool. Presario model 5630, English, blah blah blah. Yep, that's the one. Do I wish to continue? Yeah. And I think I'll come back if something interesting happens. Uh-oh. Error has occurred. Let's try to do a retry. Uh-oh. I did scratch that up a little bit. Hold up. Got real cranky there again, but at least we're at 89%. So as I was saying, oh goodness. Well, you know what? I'm just going to keep on doing this. It's either going to fail or we'll see it at the end. I'm not going to keep saying, oh, look, it's working, and it's not. So bear with me. Well, that got really cranky there for a long time. Just went to 100% though, and now it's giving me a nice green screen. Not sure what is up with that. Is it actually doing anything? Nope. So what if you press enter or escape? Nothing. It's still responsive, but that's curious, isn't it? What do you do now? It's not doing anything. Do I wait? I don't think it's supposed to be a green screen. Control Alt Delete. Oh, let me take the CD out because it's going to try to boot from that. Let's see if it actually starts up. That sounds pretty good. That's looking pretty good. So, I mean, it would have given you a message saying remove disk because it would have booted from the disk again. So, I don't think there was anything else that it needed to do. So, my. Thrilling stuff. First boot. And I think that's where I'm going to leave it for this video. Might go over some of the software next, although somebody already did like a video on the software. Oh, well, look at, we have a... I'm glad I plugged in my speakers. Press the Y key. Here we go. Got in the groove.
Welcome to your new Compaq Presario PC. For ease of use, performance, reliability, and quality, you've made a smart choice. Your Presario PC will open up new worlds in which to work, play, learn, and explore. But first, you need to register your computer.
I do?
The rotating cube in the bottom corner of your screen.
I don't think so. In 2 weeks? You're gonna pester me? GTE Internet. I must specify area code. So yeah, like I said, I'm just want to. Oh, there it is. Oh, and we still get this. But you all know this. So yeah, my zip drive. That's interesting that it did mark that as the master. But yeah, installed all the tools because yes, it came with it. The only thing I don't have is the key. Yeah, I might have the keyboard, but I always use a KVM at this point. So like I said, maybe later, but yeah, there's a DVD player. I'm probably gonna do that on the next video. I think I'm done for this one. So there will probably be a part 2 sometime in the future. Later.